Opinions and ideas expressed in the following Moraine Valley Broadcast Channel recording are those of its creators and do not represent the views of Moraine Valley Community College.
Welcome back to This Made Me Laugh, episode 20, where we discuss texts of different mediums that make us laugh. Today's group, it's me, Emily.G,
Samantha Martinez, Aliyah Wilson,
Sean.V.
I chose the text Crystalia Man on Fire. It's his most recent stand-up act. It's basically him making fun of being middle-aged, not married, not having kids yet, and just like his life, his friends who have kids. He has a dark humor about it. It's more of like a depressing storyline, but he does it so well, and he's very good at acting, and the voices that he creates for the characters is very real. I picked this because I love his act. I remember watching him on the show Whitney when he was just, a supporting character, and ever since then I followed his career. So this one is on Netflix. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long. It's just him being his fun self and just kind of degrading himself, and how he's not married, not having kids, and how his how his friends bought him pants without even asking the size. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys have to say about it.
I thought that your pick was very funny, entertaining. I thought that it kept you engaged with the show, the stand-up. So I thought it was very entertaining. His jokes were one joke after another, they meshed together. It wasn't where'd that come from. I felt like this was more for couples, watching, going on a date to go watch him. I thought it was funny how he said that you guys couldn't even make it on time to this event. So, yeah, I really liked yours. If he has more things, I think I'd watch them.
Personally, I thought he was funny. He wasn't he wasn't laughing out loud funny, he didn't have me rolling on the floor. I thought he got funnier towards the end of the show, and it was really nice to see him commentate about, growing up. It's considering the fact that most of us, our group here, we are just getting into that stage of adulthood, and we're already experiencing things like that, so it was very relatable. But I also agree that I feel like his show was mostly for older adult couples mainly. And if he has something else, I would watch it, maybe because that would probably be funnier to me. He probably has other stuff that I probably would find hilarious. Would I watch that one specifically again? Probably not. I'd probably watch something else.
I thought he was very similar to the people I usually watch, because he has a dark-ish type of sense of humor. Like how you said when he was talking about his friend knowing about the pants size and that, and then he's just so I actually got to talk to a girl about my pants, and my friend leaned in, he's like, I got him those pants. And he's just really? He's actually one of the few stand-up comedians I've watched that made me be able to laugh out loud. I just like how he's not afraid to I don't know, it's just I like more dark sense of humor, so he really stuck out to me, and he was probably my favorite out of all of them.
My pick was Rick and Morty, season 2, episode 5 and 6. I picked this show because currently it is trending in the social media world, and there's so many memes Morty and Rick. I started watching this show. Well, first I watched a clip on Twitter, a 1-second video, and it was Morty telling Summer, his sister, get your shit together. And I was like, okay, that's me at school, telling myself. So then I went to go get a tattoo with my boyfriend, and they put on that show while he was getting his tattoo, and we were just watching it like, what the fuck is this? And it was just like, this is weird. So that's how it, like, I started it. And then, like, I got this app where you can watch everything you want. And I've been watching it, and I don't know why I like it. It's just, like, stupid but funny. It, like, keeps you, I want to watch another one and another one and another one. I never thought I'd watch this show, but I am. I finished, like, everything. So, yeah. My little brother likes to watch it, too. So we watch it together, so it has that significance.
Okay, well, personally, I'm not a big fan of adult cartoons. So I didn't find it so funny. It made me smile, I would say. But especially, I don't know. It just didn't, I like storylines that make sense and are, like, realistic. So the whole cartoon, like, you, like, the episode 5, Get Shrifty, I think it was called. Where they make a song for, like, the big heads. Like, the song didn't make sense with the storyline, and it was just very all over. And it's not, I wouldn't particularly, like, pick it to watch. The other episode that you recommended was episode 6, and where he went to the other universe. And I like how they did, was, like, the 9/11 joke. I thought, like, that was dark, and I found it very funny, so that, I think, did make me laugh. But overall, I don't think I would pick it out of everything to watch.
Well, personally, I really liked it. I know a bunch of people who watch it. Personally, I wasn't really going to get into it yet because I was like, oh, school's going to get in the way. But I would probably set time aside for it just for Rick and Morty. I like shows like that. I like cartoons. I'm interested in stuff like that. I even watch, like, certain cartoons like Steven Universe that plays, like, in the morning on Cartoon Network. And in the evening, I'm sure Rick and Morty comes on Adult Swim. So I would probably watch it. I thought it was really funny because of how relaxed the tone was, because it's very conversational. It's not at all, it wasn't, like, the jokes are quick, they're fast, it's just really funny. I personally liked it.
For Rick and Morty, I have watched it since it started, and when I first started watching it, I really didn't know what it was. I was like, what is this? Like, is this supposed to be, like, a spoof of something? Because, like, I don't know, it gave me, like, a vibe, kind of like a weird, messed up, like, Family Guy, and then, like, Rick would be Brian, and then, like, Stewie. So, like, I thought it was, like a parody of it. So, like, they reversed the roles. But, like, I don't know, I always took an interest in it because it kind of has dark humor in it. But I agree with Emily how she said that, like, the storyline's kind of all over the place. Like, with the one where they're doing the talent show with the big heads. Like, this, like, shows them working on a song and that. And then I think it was, like, Ice-T. He just, like, turns into, like, a thing of ice and flies away. And I was like, what is that? Like, how does that, like, become
like,
anything?
random, but
And then,
it's funny.
In the next episode that you had us watch with the car protecting Summer, like it goes from like Rick and Morty going into the battery to like fix it, and then it just cuts to like the car killing everyone trying to protect Summer, and like making these like little gel like morphs to like trick people, like it turns into the cop's son and all that. And I was just like, this is kind of confusing how it just keeps switching back and forth. It's pretty funny, though. Like, I get amused by it.
I would watch more episodes. Okay, so my choice was Nightvale. It's created by this person named Joseph Fink. He's made similar podcasts, like, with a mystery comedy twist to it. It's mainly to give people something to think about, because it's based off of stories of Edgar Allan Poe. He did based most of his novels on the unknown. So that's basically why Nightvale is very similar to that. It's for people who like mystery and the uncanny valley of the unknown, if you know what that is, like that feeling of like not sure what it is, but like, you know, kind of know what it is. And it's this, it's supposed to be a regular radio show, but it just obviously it just goes out of the window. Okay, so the episodes I gave you guys were Glow Cloud and Station Management. Glow Cloud was about a mysterious glowing cloud that makes its way across Nightvale, and it also goes on about the Boy Scouts and the community events and the PTA bake sale that was for charity in this episode. However, there's no continuity, and it goes all over the place.
When I was listening to it,
and what I liked about it the most
like,
is that it has no structure. It's very unconventional. It's very untraditional, and that's what makes it really interesting.
I thought it was I didn't find it funny because it was more like of a serious tone. But like the small like random parts that they added into it, like in the episode of the pilot episode where like he's telling the story and there's a pause and then he just goes sponsored by Coca-Cola, and it was like another pause and it was like continuing the story. It was just very random and like not normal, so like that made me laugh because that made you like think about like what just happened. But I just didn't find it funny. Like it was very not a conventional funny thing. So I think like you said, like you grew up on it, so you probably like have like connections to it. But I think if you're just like tuning in to like an episode, it's very hard to like follow along, and you have to like get the story to like I think find the comedy in it.
For Nightvale, when I first started the first episode you gave us, and I like had my phone all the way up, and it started with like this deep, loud, like scary movie music, and I was like, whoa. This is not funny at like first, and I was like, okay, and then the guy talked, and I was like, this guy talks like he's gonna kill someone, like ding, like scary movie type stuff. So then the speaker made it sound like scary and serious. The funny part was that I found was when there was the dragon.
Oh, yeah, the 5-headed dragon?
Yeah, and I was like, that's random, but it was, like, funny, like, weird. I don't know, it was different. It was, like, horror comedy?
Yeah.
Kind of. It was, like, a different genre that I'm not used to.
Yeah.
I think I'd watch more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen.
The way that they're telling the story and, like, with the music in the background, like, it was pretty much the same. Like they started out the story kind of slow, and then they start to tell like some little jokes that are just you wouldn't think of. Like how kind of a dark sense of humor, which stuck out to me. It's just when I was listening to it, it was so slow the way that the story played out. Like I'd have to find a way to stay awake throughout the whole thing to fully understand it. But I would listen to more of it. It's pretty interesting. My pick for the podcast was Pewdiepie. I first learned of Pewdiepie at my friend's house because I came over one day and they were all in the kitchen and they were watching him play the Yandori simulator. And it's like about a girl, like a Japanese girl who's like in, I think she's high school.
Yeah.
And she's like in love with this boy and she's trying to confess her love to it, but she kind of goes crazy and starts killing everyone. And they're like, it's a good video, just shut up and watch it. So I watched it. And it got pretty funny, so I started watching more of PewDiePie's stuff. And like as I watched more, I found different games that he played, and like a lot more of his humor comes out during different games and like reaction videos to like other games and YouTubers and that. I was surprised that it's only been 7 years. He started his career in 2010, and he already has over 57 million subscribers and over like 16 billion people watch his like videos. But the PewDiePie video I picked was him reacting to Jake Paul's song, and it's just really funny because like everyone kept telling like PewDiePie that like Jake Paul roasted him, so like he looks it up and it just mentions him in one part of the song, and it's like I passed all my competition and PewDiePie is next, and PewDiePie like starts freaking out, and I don't know, it just made me laugh so hard that I thought it would be a good choice for this video.
What I thought of the video, I didn't know who PewDiePie was. I didn't know who Jake Paul was. And I was like, okay, I'll just watch it. So I turned on the video, and the guy just starts, like, screaming, and I was like, what is this? I was like, okay, so I was trying to watch it, and he was, like, listening to the song, and, I mean, the faces he made were funny, but, like, nothing he said was really funny. Just, like, I don't want to be mean. I don't know, it, like, didn't make sense to me, and, like, I didn't know what to think of it.
Personally, for me, I grew up watching PewDiePie. He was funny. He was funny. And then after that, I kind of lost him in my high school days. Like, he wasn't that funny after junior year.
So, like, I feel like from what, like, the games he's played and, like, a lot of the videos he's seen and reacted to, like, it's kind of just changed how he makes his videos, and he's not afraid to put more of, like, his attitude and actual feelings towards it out there.
So, yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to This Made Me Laugh, episode 20.
Hope you enjoyed.